I am Maria Teresita Cueco. I am from the Bureau of Working Conditions of the Department of Labor and Employment of the Philippines. And I am here in South Africa today because of a very kind invitation from the ILO and, of course, through the organization of SAMSA to let us understand the fishing industry and how SAMSA is complying with C188. For the Philippines, this is very important because fishing is a major industry in our country. We do produce value fishes, and this is actually it is imported. We export this to many parts of the world, but engaging in fishing is a very hazardous occupation. We know this, and we have our challenges. But we have seen how South Africa has really tried to provide that safe and decent work for the fishers. And this is why we are very grateful to SAMSA and the ILO so that we see the model. We are a little bit not there yet. We do still have our challenges with the industry, but we know because from SAMSA's experience that they can and it can happen that we do take care of the industry as well as the fishers. The past few days has given us how SAMSA has looked into its legislation, how the Convention 188 has provided that push so that once it is now part of the legislation of South Africa and being implemented by SAMSA, the workers, the fishers have been taken care of, and industry has continued to be productive. We truly appreciate all the materials that were given, the talks that were shown to us, and even the visits that they have prepared for us. These are very, very useful for us because it has shown us how it is done and how it can be done. And we are now putting them all together so that when we go back, there is a lot of work. It's not going to take, like here, as you're in the experience of South Africa, it didn't happen in a year. It happened through many years. We also know that it will still take time, but hopefully with this experience, we can at least give that a direction, and we can move forward. And those materials can help us move forward a little bit faster. In the end, we all like the same thing: the safety, the security, the health of our fishers, and the continued growth of the industry. Thank you to SAMSA. Thank you to the ILO. Thank you to the whole program. This has really enlightened us. It's not just an enlightenment. It is really giving us things that we can work with. It is a tangible proof, or there are really materials that we are using. And again, we hope we continue with this partnership. We are in the other side of the world, but even in the other side of the world, we still have our goals set for the safety, the health, the security, again, of the workers and the industry. Our gratitude is, I cannot express it in words, but the continued partnership, and we look forward to that. That will be, I hope, the legacy we can also bring back from your end to our end, from your continent to ours. Again, thank you very much.
On a lighter note, one of your visits was up the mountain. When you're in Cape Town, you have to go up the mountain. How did that feel? How was that?
In a Table Mountain was, when South Africa, we think of the safari. We think of the animals. But then Table Mountain was, when I first saw it, it was, oh, this is also South Africa. Nature in the mountains, and it was so beautiful. it was tabletop. It was flat. It was like amazingly. But then when you're up there, you are. It's not just the mountain. There's flora. There's fauna,
And
and
there's the sea.
there was the sea. And that's why I was going to say, you have in that area the mountains and the sea, the water and the land and the mountain. And yesterday it was like, because I'm Catholic, Lord, thank you. This is really a creation, a gift. And it's just so sad why sometimes we do not take care of it. Please take care of your mountain. Take care of the sea. You know, in many of our mountains, the Philippines, we have actually brought it down for development. I don't think you can do that to tabletop. It's beautiful, and I know you're going to preserve it. It's a World Heritage Site, and we see why. I was amazed. I was awed by it was such a beautiful experience being up there. Actually, I thought, there were clouds underneath, and I was like, I'm so close to heaven. But again, I think it was for your President Mandela who said, it is a gift of God. And that was exactly how I felt. Lord, thank you for all of this. These are your creation. I just hope we really can take care of it. Thank you for that experience as well. It was so beautiful. And then the other experiences we also let us have District 6. I have read about it. But I couldn't imagine it. It was, of course, I was born at that time. I mean, during that era. But now I understand why it was so strong in you to fight against this discrimination. I mean, apartheid is something that happened to you, but it should never happen. And again, you had the leaders to, they were there.
Take us through that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for the
And
time.
thank you from us, we're on the other side of the world, but it was really, I never thought, it was really, that today I would be here in South Africa. It was just like I don't know, I was just telling my office mates, I've been around, I think I've covered all continents. No, I haven't seen the African continent yet. Then I get this invitation. And it was not just a visit. It's a learning. I don't like to say it's my learning. No, it has to be the learning of what I can give back to our country. That's why, thank you.
Thank you so much.
So it's up to you. Thank
Of
you for
course.
making me
No,
so
no,
comfortable.